from a real-life Smurf, the man nobody wants to arm wrestle, and even the smallest woman in the world who meets the tallest man alive. Here, we count down people you won't believe exist. But first, let's meet a woman straight out of a fictional world.
Then it hit me.
We all know that Rapunzel is a European folklore, but the real-life Rapunzel is a brunette from India.
I'm Smita Srivastav, Guinness World Record title holder for longest hair on a living person.
Smita Srivastava has been growing her hair for the past 20 years, and she usually needs an entire crew to wash and style it. At 7 feet and 9 inches and growing, she might have to add a member to the hairstyling crew every 6 months. This is something no man can relate to, unless of course you're Sarwan Singh. However, Singh's hair, which is over 8 feet long, isn't on his head, but on his chin. Like Smita, he has to go through a long routine just to take care of it, but unlike Smita, who is inspired by her mom's hair, Singh believes whatever is a gift from God shouldn't be tampered with. Of course, it has to be because the devil would ask for more than your soul to give you a beard this long. But if you think living with a 6-foot-long beard is tough, can you imagine life with fingernails over 42 feet long on all 10 fingers? Diana Armstrong's daughter loved to do her nails, but sadly, asthma took her little girl from her. So to honor her, she decided not to cut her nails since 1997. That's 2 decades of growing out her nails.
When that happened, she did my nails that night before. We was up all night, so I just couldn't cut my nails off after that.
While it's understandably difficult for Diana to do some things because of her nails, this next guy is not letting an absence of legs hold him back. Zion Clark may have a body, but he's got twice the heart as anybody.
My name is Zion Clark.
He was born without legs. That didn't stop him from living a fulfilled life. He's a record holder for the fastest human to run with hands. He plays the drums and indulges in sports. He may have no feet, but he's taking big strides in life. However, while this is crazy, wait till you hear about this next person. They say art imitates life, but sometimes people try to imitate art. And Valeria Lukyanova is proof that there's no art that humans can replicate, even the most fictional ones.
Barbie appearance, Valerie wears blue contact lenses over her naturally green eyes. She's had breast implants, but insists the rest of her body is totally natural.
For Miss Lukyanova, the Barbie world is the real world. She has undergone surgery after surgery just to look more doll-like. She looks to be getting there and has even found herself a Ken.
I want to do like this.
But no amount of surgery can give anybody what this next person has. This dude has half the limbs a spider does. But I can't tell the difference in the way he moves from that of a spider. Sorry, Peter Parker, but there might be a new Spider-Man in town. As horrific as this looks, Troy James moves this way with barely any stress or pain. But if you think elastic limbs are air, wait till you see elastic skin. Elasticity sounds like a cool superpower. I mean, imagine not having to leave your bed to turn off the lights. That'd be awesome. This Gary Richards may be the closest thing we have to Reed Richards. But it doesn't share just a last name with a fictional character. He shares a bit of his traits too. This dude literally has spandex for skin. But if the skin that stretchy sounds like make-believe, what this next person's skin can do sounds like something out of a freaking comic book. Meet Liu Thon-Lin, the walking elderly human magnet. I don't know what he did to have magnet skin, but boy, does his body have a strong pull. Look at the stuff his body is magnetizing. He's defying the laws of physics. It looks to be purely genetic because even his grandchildren seem to exhibit magnetism to some extent.
He can pull a car with this. Then I think there must be something quite extraordinary which needs further investigation.
So far, the Magnet Man's bizarre powers has the experts baffled.
But while this man's skin has turned him into a Magneto Man, all this person's skin does is make him hard to miss. Smurfs may be a thing of fiction, but this man is as real as they come. Meet Paul Carrison, an elderly man who's got distinctive blue color from drinking colloidal silver for a long time.
He used to look like this, a good-looking young man with a shock of red hair.
Well, I guess if Hollywood needs a blue grandpa character, they can save money on makeup and visual effects and just hire him. But while Mr. Carrison waited for his metallic smoothie to give his unique skin color, this dude spent a fortune at a tattoo parlor to get this look.
The black alien, ¿sabes? Sí. Hay momentos que creo que la mayoría de la gente se olvida.
Anthony Lofredo even added implants and cut off his ears and some of his fingers to make himself look less human. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this dude spawned in from the underworld.
Sí, yo soy humano. Quien me corta, mi sangre hasta rojo.
He certainly has heads turning when he walks down the street, and speaking of turning heads, that's exactly what Samir Khan can do by just being himself. Literally. Damn, you can't even sneak up on this dude because he may not have eyes on the back of his head, but he can see you quite alright. Spinning your head is creepy enough. I just hope Samir isn't antisocial and always to himself because that would make him extra scary. But this next person lives life seeing things the wrong side up. Meet Claudio Vieira de Oliveira, a Brazilian adult who was born with deformities, including a reclined neck, which makes his face upside down, even when his body is right side up. Damn, it must be a struggle to have breakfast, or even having to turn the TV upside down because that's the only way he can watch it. But sometimes being abnormal gives you an edge instead of problems.
Bom dia a todos. Tá fraco esse bom dia, gente. Bom dia, vai forte.
You never know how useful a tongue can be until it's extra long. Nick Stoberl does a good job of showing us all the crazy things you can do with an almost 4-inch long tongue. Such as playing Jenga and even painting. I'm sure this dude has forgotten that he can use his hands for certain things. He probably can also finish scoops of ice cream before they start to melt. However, for some desserts, a bigger mouth would do you better than a longer tongue. When we hear about big mouths, you might think about that kinky Netflix show, but this dude literally has a big mouth.
This world record certificate for, yes you guessed it, the world's widest mouth.
Say hello to Jamingo Wakim, the Angolan jaw of awe. Since his mouth can open up to 7 inches, he can fit all sorts of things in it from cups to soda cans.
Wide, that's just over 6.5 inches. Chiquinho's mouth is big enough to fit a drinks can in.
I'm sure this dude eats his burgers with just one bite. So far, we've seen long tongues, big fists, and wide mouths. But what about a thumb that could pass for a selfie stick? That's right, it's not a prosthetic or film trick. Jacob Pina actually has an abnormally long thumb. There are plenty of extra perks that could come with a thumb as long as this, like never losing a thumb more, and plenty of social media attention. This oversized appendage gives a whole new meaning to the phrase thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, give this video one and hit the subscribe button.
If I want to make it look long or stretched, I just force it up, I guess.
Oversized thumbs can win you thumb wrestling matches, so it only makes sense that oversized arms could win you arm wrestles too. And if there's anybody you don't want to arm wrestle, it's this guy. Jeff Dabe was born with a condition that makes his arms and fists not proportionally fit for his body. I mean, look at those hands. You definitely don't want to get on this guy's nerves, because not only does he look like Popeye, he could give you a black eye.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Dabe takes him down! Wow!
But while Mr. Dabe is busy walking around looking like Popeye, some people are going about popping their eyes out. They call him Chef Boy Jones, and he doesn't need a costume for Halloween when he can scare kids looking like this. But he's not the only one that can bring his eyeballs out of their sockets.
Goodman on Late Night with David Letterman.
Kim Goodman has broken the world record for further eye pop not once, but twice. Forget about that British woman with an umbrella. This is the real Mary Poppins. I wonder who else can pop their eyes out. Apparently there are enough people to have a competition.
I'm ready. Yep. Go!
But even with their wide sight of vision, I don't think they could ever see this coming. We saved the most mind-blowing people for last because not only are they one of a kind, But when they stand right next to each other, that's when you start to really appreciate how unique they are.
They've met each other. Whenever they stand or sit, side by side, the comparison is extreme.
This is Sultan Kösen, and this is Jyoti Amji. He holds the record for tallest man alive, and she holds the record for shortest woman alive. He's 8'3", and she's barely over 2 feet. Most people see Sultan as a giant, but Jyoti can't even make eye contact with him without a little help. Their size difference is so huge that Jyoti could make a mini bed out of Sultan's shoes. Luckily, she's not small enough to get trampled on by the Sultan, who seems like the type of gentle giant. And there you have it, some of the most remarkable humans in existence. Which of them did you find the hardest to believe? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe.